Let's make a beautiful twisted ear warmer together. Here I have my tube where I've done my main color, and then I have one row of waste yarn and then a bunch of rows of a different color of waste yarn. I call this the ripcord method. This was made on a 32 pin, so I'm going to start by dividing this in half, which is 16. So I'm going to count over 16 from my main color. So here's my waste yarn, and I'm going to start at this stitch right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16, and I'm going to insert my hook. Now what we're going to do is the slip stitch method. So I'm going to grab one from the other side and pull it through. I'm going to come back to the first side, grab one and pull it through. Grab one, pull it through, grab one, pull it through. And I'm going to do this all the way across. When you get to the end, you want to make sure that you do end up getting these 2 stitches on either side. So this one's going to be right next to the waste yarn. Right here, we're going to pull this one through. We're going to go to the other side and make sure we grab this very last stitch and pull that through. Now we're going to take our main color of yarn and we're going to yarn over and pull this all the way through. This side of the seaming is complete. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my single color of waste yarn, I'm going to grab it on the other side, and I'm going to pull this out. And what that is going to do is that's going to release all of this. So now this will just come off. And we have this side seamed perfectly. We're going to complete this other side and I'll meet you back. Now that we've completed slip stitching this whole row, we are also going to remove the waste yarn. And this comes off perfectly. Now we need to shape the ear warmer. So we've got both of our sides here. We're going to take them and fold them in half, and we're going to make a little sandwich with them. I like to bring my tails out and around, and we're just going to snugly fit this inside. We're going to use this outer tail to sew it together. We're going to use the whip stitch. It is the best stitch for this. We're going to make sure that we get through all 4 layers of this and go round and round. The reason why we use a whip stitch is because it's going to actually pull all of this together and you're not going to see the yarn on the other side. I just think it looks a lot more professional than just sewing back and forth. It's a personal opinion. You can do it however you please on your own. This is just how I do it on mine. When we get to the end, I like to take and tie my 2 ends together. This is not necessary, but it's just something that I like to do. Adds a little bit of extra security. And now we're going to weave in our ends into the center here. We don't want to weave in our ends in between these layers. As it's being worn, it's going to stretch sideways. So those ends can tend to come out. That's why we're going to weave it in here, because it's not being stretched this way. When you weave in your ends, you want to make sure that you are getting some resistance here. If this is easy for you to go through, then you are in the wrong spot, and that yarn will show on the other side when you unfold it. I learned this little trick from my friend Shelby. Now we're able to cut our ends, give it a good little stretch, and when we flip it the right way, we have a beautiful twisted ear warmer. Thanks for watching. Make sure you follow for more tutorials.